What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another video. This video is going to be a pre-match analysis of Manchester United versus Manchester City. Now, before we get into the tactics that both teams will use, check out both my books. They're online on Amazon, and there's links in the description below. Now, let's get right into the video. So we got for lineups, the players I chose to start this weekend are Ederson and David De Gea in goal. No changes there. Then for each team, we'll use a back four. We got Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Lindelof, and Telles for Manchester United on our right. And this is leaving Harry Maguire out of the side. So pretty big decision there. But he didn't start their last match, so we'll see if he continues in this way. Then Pep Guardiola's back four for Manchester City. We have Cancelo as a left fullback, Laporte and Diaz as central defenders, and Kyle Walker as the right defender. Now, as a right fullback, Kyle Walker, he has a little more pace and security against the Manchester United transitions and the pace of personnel they could use. For each team's holding midfielders, we have Rodri, and then for Manchester United, we have Fred and McTominay. So a single and double pivot, pretty standard for each team, and I don't think there'll be any changes there. Then for the team's attacking midfielders and Manchester City's false nine, we have Phil Foden in the attacking midfield position through the left half space, Bernardo Silva playing the false nine, and Kevin De Bruyne in the right half space. Now for Manchester United, we have Elanga coming off some good performances on the right side, Bruno Fernandes as the number 10, and Paul Pogba playing off as a left-sided attacking midfielder. Creating height and for Manchester City, creating width as well. We have Mahrez and Sterling playing high and wide in the wide areas as their highest players, and then Cristiano Ronaldo playing as the central striker for Manchester United. Now we're going to look at Manchester City's build-up phase and how Manchester United look to defend against this in their high block. So I don't think Manchester United will press in their high block quite often, but when they do, Ronaldo typically takes the left central defender and is only responsible for this player. So when Ronaldo goes to press, we have Pogba and Fernandes supporting him from underneath. Then we have Manchester City quite often forming this rondo structure, creating a 4 versus 3 and potentially getting Kevin De Bruyne on the ball between the lines as the free player. But when the ball is circulated, and oftentimes we'll see Manchester City try and overload the opposing team's number 10, especially with Cristiano Ronaldo as the central striker, not having a lot of pressing duties. So having Bruno Fernandes in there, he'll often be overloaded. So we can then over-exaggerate this as Manchester City, dropping Bernardo Silva from a false nine position. So a very high position for him, dropping deeper alongside Rodri, will often lead to him going unmarked or unaccounted for. So from here, we then have a 4 versus 3 on the left-hand side now with Laporte's left foot playing into the midfield. Then this will probably most often lead to easy progression in the midfield third without much pressure from Manchester United. So now in the midfield third, I think Pep will go with a back four and single pivot as he's done pretty much this whole season. So his fullbacks remain narrow, just on the edge of the half space and wide area. His central defenders stay connected to then promote fast circulation and ball movement. From here, this gives them a lot of flexibility, especially with their three-man attacking midfielders. So with these three players between the lines and Rodri, we have a numerical advantage against McTominay and Fred, and concrete passing options into advanced areas from their single pivot. So here, our first concept we'll look at is an asymmetric back four with Kyle Walker coming inside to create a makeshift back three, Cancelo occupying the wide area now, creating dual width with Raheem Sterling, and now Phil Foden between the lines. And with these three players, they're very dynamic and they can change concepts very quickly. So we have Sterling often inverting, Foden dropping to the wide area, Cancelo inverting between the lines, vacating the space for Foden to then progress around. And then when we reset, you can also see circulation occurs towards the right-hand side of Kyle Walker's right fullback position. And we can see how now Manchester City will look to stretch Manchester United horizontally. So when Manchester United goes to press, Kyle Walker often drops deeper to create a concrete passing option and get away from his defender, creating space from Paul Pogba. This could then stretch the midfielders of Manchester United horizontally and allowing Kevin De Bruyne to fan out into the wide area and create positional superiority against Scott McTominay, who's often affected by Bernardo Silva playing in the false nine role, and then also Phil Foden accommodating this shift from the weak side. Now, if press doesn't occur until the pressing trigger of playing into the fullback, we'll then have the same movement from Kevin De Bruyne coming into the wide area, but even less of a chance of being marked, and the horizontal positional interchange between him and Mahrez. Mahrez coming more narrow to pin the fullback. Then we'll have access to dangerous spaces in behind through underlapping runs and between the lines of Bernardo Silva coming deeper to then affect the space between the lines. So now for Manchester United and their approach, I don't see them playing out from the back very much, so we can have the opportunity to play second balls against Manchester City's 4-2-4, or they also might go with a 4-2-3-1 or some variation in between these two instances, maybe even a 4-3-3, giving them more stability in midfield. But with this 4-2-4, it shows the concepts of Manchester United very clearly. Although Manchester City really might go with a 4-3-3 in their defensive phase to then match up against the Manchester United midfield a little bit better. So from here, we can expect Manchester United to play direct, probably targeting Ronaldo, and then having Pogba, McTominay, and Fred securing the second balls underneath Cristiano Ronaldo. Then we also have the wide range, mid-range pass from De Gea into his fullback, advancing through the wide area against Manchester City's press that'll probably play quite high up. So this will allow the fullbacks to progress the ball into the midfield third. Now McTominay and Fred also have a lot of movements between them two and often look to get on the ball in deeper areas in front of the team's block. Bruno Fernandes and Cristiano Ronaldo will often undergo vertical interchanges to then threaten in behind. And with Paul Pogba on the left-hand side, we'll have constant occupation higher up the field of advanced space. So as the ball is in the first line of play, Fred drops deeper to create a deep line playmaker and a single pivot. Elanga then comes between the lines, and Wan-Bissaka and Telles create width as the fullbacks and allow them to then progress in the vacated space in the wide area. That's where we're going to cap up the analysis. Let me know what you guys think, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.